Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, getting straight into the patch notes here, alright? Europe, you're getting your time adjustment for springing ahead, of course, in this upcoming patch, so rejoice. That's out of the way. Iron, stockpile limited time event. It's the new event center, or the next one I should say, not the new. This is the new, but yet old now. So, this is the next event center that we are going to get. And, yeah. Now, on a side note, really quickly, in order to accomplish the maximum point value on these, which seems like they're going to be about 840, if it is that case, you have to pretty much, if you're not getting the booster, to get the additional point gains, you will have to almost do, I don't want to say every single event all the way through, but you have to do at least the biggest point values on all of them to varying degrees in order to break it. I got through 8 out of the 840 point. I am at like 870, 874, somewhere around there. So that's the way to approach these if you want to as a free-to-play. You still have to be involved with the game, which is fine. They want you to at least be more consistent and logging in and doing various activities. So I get that for as far as where they're coming from in that aspect. So anyway, that's what you have to do for that one. Again, new event center upcoming. The other one's about ready to end. That kind of thing. All right. Now, as you can see, we're also getting Survivor's Bane coming back, Trial of Horror coming back right away, that kind of thing. Survivor's Bane just needs to be a permanent fixture. I've said this at length before, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Again, Battle Pass skins, as you can see here, here's the concept art. Take it or leave it as per usual, depending on your preferences, your likes, dislikes, that kind of thing. It's always a point of contention. It always will be when it comes to cosmetics in any game. That's just how it is. Everybody's got their preferences. So, and then there's a little video for it if you want to look it up. This one here, the Stellar Void Beyond cosmetic, I find very interesting only for the fact of, obviously it looks like another reskin, so there's that. But, it's only in the shop. It'll be in the game, in the in-game shop when the patch goes live. And that's it. There's no, like, you know, Phantom Gallery, Phantom Market tied to it. There's no event tied to it whatsoever at all. It's just, hey, if you want it, buy it. That's it. So, there you go. That's what it is. Claim the Wayfarer's Offering is a mystery set piece that you can get off the Battle.net when you log into the shop there. Just grab it, assign it to the character that you want to give it to, and that's always been the case. To get one of these once a month. So that's all it is. It's a free thing, free stuff, whatever. Just stockpile them for all I, you know. Returning events again. Survivor's Bay. Winds of Fortune here. Winds of Fortune. No mention of whatsoever of the Mirror Jewel at all. So don't get your hopes up in those being tied. That only happened once. That only happened once, and that's got everybody on high alert. Anytime we see Winds of Fortune listed, we're always like, oh, right? No. Okay? just completely, we need to completely change that mindset and separate the two, okay? Winds of Fortune is what it is. Again, pop it in between the 2 days so that way you can maximize your normal gems from parties in the 2-day span that it's running for, and that's the long and short of Winds of Fortune now, because everything else kind of is paltry and mediocre again with it. So let's see, Conqueror, there's whatever, Hungry Moon, the usual stuff here. We'll get to the feature, the Battleground Convoy in a second, because that's where I'm going to wrap things up and go into more in-depth detail about it with a little couple notes that I had from before. Combat rating changes. Very, very nice that this is going to happen. Very, very nice that this is going to happen before we reach this next server Paragon for the 800 for Inferno 6 officially, right? Because I'll be in the mix with this. I can pre-farm again. We can pre-farm the set pieces from the difficulty above with this combat rating change. It's nice to see that they did not wait until the day of like they had previously when they released all the new difficulties. This time around, we have a little bit more time ahead. So, hooray! This is a definite plus. This is a definite win here. So, I'm just leave the numbers on the screen here as you can see them. take it as a win for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to this, of course. And on the raid change difficulties, I will, myself personally, as a free-to-play as well, I will definitely have the combat rating for the final boss in Helicory 5. So that's cool. I will definitely take that for what it is as a definite win. And then I will be off to the races for farming up our wisps and set pieces again in Inferno 6. Barbs, you get another mini buff. Congratulations. Like you really needed another one. But here you go. Cast animations for the base version of Sprint and Wrath of the Berserker now allow you to begin moving again more quickly after using the skill. So, yep, there you go. Now there's already a lot of, there's already the auto base. Let's put it this way. It's like a Korean, a Korean mobile game with, unfortunately, a lot of these builds now in the game. They're literal, like, push one button and off you go, and that's it. It's AFK farming at its, like, complete finest now, right? I don't know. If you know what I'm. Most of you in the PvP community should know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. There's a barbarian build out there right now, of course, where it's like you just press like 1 or 2 buttons and then it's on autopilot, literally for probably some literal autopilots in the game. But anyway, it has its pluses and minuses too. But I mean, that's still, nonetheless, when it comes to that, that's kind of, it's really unfortunate that some of those builds in the game are that way now. It's honestly disappointing. It's honestly disappointing because it's like, it's brain dead. Brain dead. Defense of Sirengar, weekly participation rewards for clearing normal defense can now be earned by reaching 7,000 points or more in Endless Defense. So you can get your normal defense rewards by doing Endless as long as you reach 7,000 points, which is glorious. That's a nice little change. So you don't have to do one or the other, you can just do the Endless. And still get rewards for doing, it would count for both. As the longer you're in Endless, it says, of course, the difficulty will continue to rise, but that's how it should be anyway, and that's how it always was. Elder Rifts, this one's really odd. I'm just going to say it really quickly. You can use 100 rare crests if you so choose in one go, which is absolutely ridiculous because it's not going to really benefit you in the long run. Because you only get the Fading Embers from other party members from the first 10 rare crests that they use, or legendary crests, obviously. 10 crests, period. And that's all you get credit for. So there is no point. Most of us don't even have 100 rare crests to burn like that anyway. So it's just, I mean, yeah, it's nice to get your Fading Ember party dust in faster, but you're still only getting credit up to 10 from the other party members. So it doesn't matter. Everybody just still run 10. Save yourself the headache, save yourself the hassle, because if you do run the 100, you'll be out, say, the following week, be like, oh, I can't use any rare crests at all, and there goes all. The only thing that's going to benefit you is you're just going to get a boatload of Telluric Pearls in one go really quickly. That's all this is. That's the only change to it. Makes, honestly, I don't even know why they bothered to put that in. That makes no it's whatever. Tower War Season 7 is coming around. Again, this one is get in there, grind, get to legend to maximize your rewards, and then leave it in the dust. There you go. Legendary Gem UI, these are hilarious, especially the first one. The number of legendary gems in a stack will no longer be displayed if there's only one. That kind of is the definition of a stack, right? It's more than one. So some of these are just comical. This one, however, is not. Here, let's just get straight to this one. This one's the plus. This is another plus to the win column. Moonlight Flora collected UI. It will have an X button now to close it, so you don't get the notification constantly anymore, right? And then clicking this button will mute the notification for a whole week. Hooray! Finally, right? Even if they would have just gave an option with a close button on it in general, period, this would have been better. But yeah, this is nice. This is a nice change. Unfortunately, a necessary change for something as simple as a UI, but still, we're getting it, so that's a win. Equipment UI, if you hover over the same weapon in your inventory, it will highlight all the weapons in that same slot, that same equipment slot, so you can kind of compare them a little bit more easily. amongst all of them together. So that's, I guess, whatever. Take it for what it is. Bug fixes. Aha! Laugh every time at that. All right, here we go. Finally getting back to this. The Battleground Convoy, the new map. And here's this little side note I want to put up next to it. This was floating around the various discords before the event, before the patch notes went live here, as you can see. Hey everyone, we've got some updates on changes coming to the new Battleground Convoy game mode announced on Monday in the next release notes. Well, here we are. Monday release notes. But as you can see, the bottom half, the Diablo Immortal team is also aware of matchmaking problems and is improving them in the next patch. Do they mean this upcoming patch, or do they mean the following one? Because as far as the list here in the feature updates for Battleground Convoy, there's no mention whatsoever of matchmaking whatsoever listed here. Zero. The only thing they mentioned in these updates to the Battleground Convoy has to do with the Final Guardian boss fights in the middle of the map, that kind of thing, various quality of life kind of changes on those to make them not seem so, you know, like the last one, excessive time to kill, because there was a healing staff on one of the Guardians that took forever to burn it down. So yeah, that tied up things a lot more unnecessarily there. However, that still does not address the matchmaking problems, and this is a huge, you know, ball of wax that is a completely different thing they're going to have to attack from various different levels. It's not going to be that simple. It never has been, and this is more or less a mention directly to the devs here. When it comes to PvP games of any kind, not just yours, devs, as far as Immortal goes, you have to be far more hands-on. You have to be, and by that I mean you actually have to play the damn game, so you know what's going on and you can experience that firsthand yourselves. Okay, you have to also keep an open mind and open ears when it comes in regards to the community at large as well, the entire way. You cannot move like glacially slow to make any form of slight balance changes. You have to be much more on top of things. So again, that revolves with taking feedback both ways. This is a two-way street as far as like the player base and the devs go in any game, and especially a PvP. You have to open mind, open ears. Okay, stop putting the blinders up and just pushing forward, thinking that like, oh, this is how we say it's going to be, and then that's it. You see where you get a lot of fall off with that approach, right? We've already had that. So yeah, just a little side note there, devs. And now as far as the matchmaking system issues in this game go, I can break it down on a couple of points. Class imbalance, that's one. And class distribution when it comes to getting put into matchmaking or teams. Those are two of the biggest, huge ones at the very top of the list. The other one of which, well, by design you put into this game because it's a mobile game, and the greed factor. The resonance, the smurfing, the secondary stats, they've all made tweaks to certain things along the way to try to combat that, but I mean it's still going on, and there's just far too many. What I'm getting at with this part though is that there's far too many variables that they had built into the game itself, so they're almost unavoidable, and there's not too much with their algorithmic system that they use for matchmaking. The bottom barrel one, from what I can tell, whatever one they're using, no matter how much they try and tweak it, the range is so great. For instance, resonance. You can go all the way from free-to-play up to massive Kraken whales with the 12,000 resonance plus, right? That's a huge gap to try to reel in. Same with the ranks on the normal gems as well. Of course, it's going to be free-to-play to whales. But, I mean, that's standard quo. It's mobile gaming, greed at its finest. We get that. All those traps were put in place at the outset. But I'm just saying, the balance factor of that is so much more difficult in the long run because of those factors that it's going to be a hit or miss regardless of what they attempt to do here. But again, devs, I hope you at least might catch wind of this, take note of it. I'm being and transparency. Transparency is what I'm trying to do here myself, as always, in being a free-to-play and calling things out as they are and how I've experienced this thing from start to finish. So that's why I try to provide that kind of insight from that direct experience, true to form here, because I am a complete 100% free-to-play. So that's why I give these perspective, I give my perspective opinions on this and from my experience. And that's what this is for. But again, transparency, devs, it's huge. Transparency for your community and your player base is huge. And this applies to every game, every gaming company across the board, everywhere. No matter what platform, no matter mobile greed, what have you, just be transparent about it. You'd be amazed at how much more, flourishing and whatever else your game would actually do if you would do that. But that's a little side note I just wanted to put in. Went on to a little tangent there, of course, at the end of this. I'm sorry, but I just had to get my thoughts on this. And anyway, so as far as that goes, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this situation here. Again, what do you like about this patch that we're going to be getting? The combat, personally, let me just bullet point this. Combat rating change is a plus. The flower change is also a plus. Convoy, I'd say we're breaking even. If anything, it's really not addressing the true issues, that kind of thing. But anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world. And far as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Until next time, see ya.